guys, and thank you so much for complimenting me on that very bold green eye and for asking for me to show how I did it. And so the first time, I've recorded it a couple of times now, and the first time I did it with the actual palette I used, which was Vice 3. However, I know this is limited edition, and according to Urban Decay, you have until September 2015 on their website to pick this up. And if you don't get it, then you're out. So I'm debating whether or not I'm going to replace it, because during one of these tutorials I actually dropped it on the ground, and several of them are chipped. I don't like that. So that look was here. Okay, if you look close, you're going to see the difference in greens. All right, next time I decided to do it, I thought, you know what? Not everybody has that Vice 3. The next one that I did, which was here, okay, which is a little bit different. That's a darker green. What I did that time was I took the Urban Decay 2 and I used T's in my crease, Foxy all over and on the highlight bone, and then I switched to the Urban Decay Shadow Box and came in and got this green shade here, which is a lot different than Dragon. This is Indot, okay, and I'm going to show you real quick the difference. So I got Dragon and Indot. See, so there was a big difference in greens there, and I thought, they didn't ask for this one, and this one is even more intense. So I thought, ugh. And I hated my hair that day and everything, so I just trashed it and went for a different kind of video. But today we're going to do the one that you initially asked for. And I will attempt to tell you what you would do different if you want the second eye. All right, now the key to both these eyes is, ironically enough, a drugstore product. Milk. The NYX Milk Pencil. That is what kicks up the difference in these shadows, okay? So that green, you say, well, I've been playing, I put that green all over it, didn't do that. Well, that's because you didn't mess with these two products here, okay? Which is what takes it to that new level and makes it so vibrant. You may also know that I am breaking all the makeup rules today, and I'm doing it on purpose, okay? So, because that's what I do. Glitzy Fritzy busts the rules and doesn't do anything right. Okay, so the rules say that if you do a bold eye, you're not supposed to do a bold mouth, but I'm doing it anyway because I want to, and you can too. Don't let them shove you in a box. You know who the best example I can think of right off the top of my head is of somebody who does not let them do that to her, and that is Susie Clancy. Susie doesn't let anybody tell her, oh, well, you're this old, so you can't wear whatever anymore, right? Okay, so like 3 years ago, guys, when I re-entered the makeup world, I went to my beloved Lancome counter, and this is what I bought. I just pulled this out of my Neutrally Z palette. All right, this is a Lancome shade that you would think I love the you-know-what out of, right? Because why? Because, gosh, look how much of it's gone. That's not why. The reason is because I was told you have brown eyes and brown hair and you're of a certain age, so you want to wear brown. Yeah, neutral. You want to be neutral. All right, here we go. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is, if you're following along, we're going to come into the Vice 3, and we're going to work in this palette here, which is creams and light browns and maybe a taupe, okay? So if you don't have any of this stuff I mentioned, just try and get a creamy shadow, Wet n Wild Brulee maybe, and then you want a light brown and a taupe, all matte. Anyway, so the eyeshadow primer is kind of sticky and tacky, right? Okay, well, all the shadows are going to drag if I don't lay down something all over my lid first. This is what I do. This is how I like to roll. All right, so I have now gone all over my lid with that light, fleshy, if you're a white girl like me, a white, light, fleshy color. Now I'm going to flip the brush over and I'm coming into Undone, light brown color, and I'm going to just start laying in a little faint color to my crease. And I'll bring it down a little bit toward my lid. You know, I'm just basically sloppily laying Undone into my crease. I'm not trying to be particularly careful, because I know I'm going to go over it with some other stuff. This is just to initially lay down some color. All right, now we're going to take and come in with a different fluffy brush, and I'm going to go into a taupey color called DTF in the Vice 3, and I'm going to come over the top of Undone. And I'm just doing circular and back and forth motions in order to obtain that. All right, so I've got this in my crease. Now then, here comes the fun part. Now, if I just took the green and went over my eyelids, it's not really going to be that great, okay? It's not going to show up that great, and it's kind of powdery and won't stick. And so that's why you get this NYX Milk Pencil, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to start from the corner of our eye, and we're going to work almost about 3/4 in, and then we're going to stop. Then we're going to get the black one and color there. And you're going to think, girl, you are crazy. But this is so creamy, it's just going right over it. And notice that I'm coming right up into where I left off with the browns in the crease. All right, and then I'm just going to tap toward the top. Now, this is going to give the shadow something to hang on to. All right, so now I'm going to take the black and draw on the outer corner of the eye. All right, now then, I'm going to take my pinky, and where those two come together, I'm going to just tap so that it gets kind of gray right there. All right, now then, shader brush, coming into Dragon, all right? So I'm going to tap this in there, and this is intense, gals. Under normal circumstances, you're going to want to put your shadow on first and then your makeup. All right, blowing that off. Now, we're not going to swipe. Swiping is your enemy. All right? You just covered up everything there with these creams, and it kind of mixed everything together all nice. Now you're just going to take Dragon and tap. Tap it, tap it, tap it. Don't you dare take that brush and go back and forth. Just tap. Come up a little bit into the green on your eyelid where there is no NYX. All right. Let's get a little more. And same thing over here. NYX. And now we're coming up with the residual into the brown. So that basically I've got my entire lid covered with Dragon. And I did not, no windshield wiper stuff, okay? Now I'm going to take my pusher, or I guess the definer brush, come back into Dragon. And now I'm coming underneath my eye. and all the way across till I get toward the inner, and it will automatically start to get lighter as you work toward the corner of your eye. All right, so now that we've laid down that, now we want to blend more where the green and the brown come together. So back into DTF, that would be your taupey color, and I'm coming right there where those two meet, and I'm just going to go back and forth and in circular motions so that I can blend a seamless line where the green and the brown meet. All right, now clean, fluffy brush, and we're going to come back into the first color, which was Truth, I think. And now I'm going to hit the brow bone. Blending the browns in together. Okay? All right, so I will be back in just a minute after I do the other eye. Okay, so our last step, which I started cheating and already did, was I come into Bobby Dazzle, which I have a video coming up on shades of white. But Bobby Dazzle, in the corner of the eye then, brightens up that corner, and on the other side as well. What was that? And then just the tiniest bit up on the eyebrow bone to highlight it. You know, Bobby Dazzle could actually be a good highlighter too. And we're done. Okay, give it a whirl, give it a try. You might have to alter it a little bit depending if your eyes are hooded or not, but you know, so you go a little more just on the lid with the green and you don't come up as high as I did, or you know, whatever. But yes, you can. Okay, so if you're not having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye.
OMG, you just went on for like 15 minutes and you weren't even recording. Okay. Hello again. Alright, so yeah, I look up to see how much time I've wasted. It wasn't on. Here we go. So, the first thing that I like to do is pick my nose. Alright, here we go. Oh, no, we had a silly accident. Why don't you stay where you're supposed to? I'm not going to tell you again. Right? You go here. Stay there. Stay. I don't even believe you fell off there. You don't get to be in the show now, okay? It's over. You're fired. I do this all the time. There you go again. You stinky fat. Okay, this time you get a whipping. Okay. I do my eyeshadow on camera. Oh, I mean my eyeliner. It's a pomegranate seed. Brush your teeth before you come on camera. Next up, we are going to be answering the door because somebody's at it. Again! Do you think that you can be good enough to come say bye? Okay, wave bye. Well, at least you can do something right.